Frictionless Enterprise. Shred Tech Baggage and Create Perpetual Momentum by Nate Berent-Spillson. Narrated by Nate Berent-Spillson. Meet the author, Nate Berent-Spillson, VP of Engineering, launched by NTT Data. Nate has been enamored with technology and engineering his entire life. His first exposure to programming was a BASIC on a Commodore 64 in 1985. In middle school, he took a career exploration test that predicted computer programming, which turned out to be incredibly accurate. While studying chemical engineering at the University of Tennessee, computing always found a way into his projects. His senior project, Batch Research and Internet Control Station, BRICS, combined work in process controls and automation, computer science, and the Internet, creating the back-end components and web page to remotely monitor and control physical equipment in the lab from a remote web browser. Nate presented the work at the annual American Institute of Chemical Engineers meeting in 1997, placing third. After an early career in process automation and controls, Nate switched completely to software engineering and development in 2002. Throughout his career, he has been an early adopter of tech advancements, bringing new capabilities to his teams. Nate joined Nexient, now launched by NTT Data, in 2014, leading delivery teams and growing the Microsoft practice. His thought leadership has been featured in blog articles, presentations at CodeMash and Agile and Beyond, and his article, Going Lights Out with DevOps, was picked up as the cover of SD Times. The initial sketches for the Frictionless Pyramid took shape in 2022 and inspired Nate to write this book. Part 1. The Strategic Picture. Introduction. Who this book is for. This book is for dissatisfied technology leaders. The leaders in product, technology, design, marketing, and digital at established organizations. Forward-thinking leaders who know there's a better way of doing things but still find themselves struggling to generate the momentum needed to drive their legacy organizations into the future. We did not write this book for startups, although the patterns we outline can still be applied to startups. In many ways, startups have it a little easier because the first release is always free. The first release is free because you don't have an existing system and customers that you're going to interrupt. Enterprise organizations do. When you have an existing business that you're running, it's infinitely harder to change. You must figure out how to not disrupt your business while you're being asked to transform. That's hard to do, but it's not impossible. Successful, established organizations are structured to resist change and protect the franchise, but change is the very thing that we need to be innovative and transformative. Change is difficult because as the company grew through success in the market, the organization itself developed muscle memory, and digital technology has challenged that like no other. The company itself may be facing existential threats, putting its future in jeopardy. Unlearning and breaking existing muscle memory is difficult, but rather than thinking of it as unlearning, it's more like cutting a new groove, where the more you do the new motion, the easier it becomes. The more you do that motion of new learning, the easier that becomes. Organizations don't need to just transform, they need to make transformation itself something that they master. This book is organized into two parts. Part 1 is the strategic picture, the why and what of the framework, with a focus on how those that lead can think about and guide technology decisions strategically. It's a state of mind and a shared terminology that allows leaders to quickly categorize pieces of that enterprise and decompose complex, tangled messes into a logical order that matches the business. In Part 1, we explore the enterprise through the lens of both business and technology. We then tease apart monolithic terms into separate concepts with distinct terminology to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?